Hello everybody, Tracy Brown. So it's car time, video time, and I guess teaching moment here. So I have a few minutes before my next session, and I thought I would, bring in the idea around the word resistance. And I know you all are like super loving, compassionate people, and even our clients who come to us really wanting to make changes, still are having a hard time making those changes. So we want to understand, is that actually resistance? I tend to call it hesitance, and what it really means to me is fear. Fear of like, this isn't gonna work. Who am I gonna be without what my behaviors are? Can I really trust that? Can we, you and I, even if I stop binging, gain weight, lose weight, whatever, am I going to be able to handle life? And so when we feel like people are coming to us like, I really would want to move, or move less, or eat more, eat less, eat intuitively, just get their life back, there's probably going to be pieces of them when you start to really unpack, like, what would you like to work on, let's say. They'll say what they're doing that isn't working. And so what you want to do with hesitance is to say, I'm here and you don't want to do, or you don't want to feel, let's say like, I really want to stop counting calories or stopping counting macros. And then they'll look at, it's always like you have to be careful, because there's this part of them that's going to want to like reject everything you have to offer. And that's going to be a little bit more for another video around, well, what does that even mean when people reject your care? We're going to talk about that in a different video. But there could be that there. It could be out of fear. It could just be out of, like, I'm not used to having people care about me or see me fully, and that's really provocative or whatever. So, again, another video. But what I want to say about that is, this happened to me this morning, is, sometimes I don't want to count anymore. And so you have to be really creative around, well, how much of you doesn't want to count anymore? How much of you feels ready to? And you could use a scale, like a scale from 0 to 10. Or you could just say, I'm hearing you really don't want to count, but the idea of not doing it doesn't feel doable. So I'm wondering what you think. Where's a space where even a molecule of you could count just a little less? Or is there a space in a day where you could protect that you don't count? You just have to be really curious. So for example, I might have a client who eats 2 or 3 meals a day, and they're bigger meals, let's say, but they can't imagine not counting that, because if they don't, they just get scared, and either they eat less than they need to, or they might even binge. So it's maybe they need more fuel. This is just an example. And I'm wondering what it would be like for you to have a space in your day that's protected. That this is like a no count space. You can count the rest of your meals as much as you feel like you need to manage your fear, your anxiety, your whatever. But for now, what if this space in the day, this hour, or this block of time where you feel like that we're deciding that we may need to add a little bit more food here, just to like help with the deprivation driven eating or any kind of binging, what if this space was like, I don't count. You just have this certain amount of food, you know what it is, and we do our best. Not that you can move on. I know you're going to know the calories. I know that you might get scared, but it's not a thing that you measure, and it's not a thing that you even count the macros about, let's say. And see, again, this is just an experiment. All the interventions I do, some of it are kind of tried and true things, but a lot of things I do, and I want to encourage you all to be willing to take some risk and be creative. To see let them try some stuff on. Let them like feel like outside the box kind of things, to see if that gives them some spaciousness and a little bit more relief in their life. So that's just kind of what my thoughts are here for you all today. Is if a person's resistant, don't take it personally. Take a step back. Take a step back, and see if it might feel like they have some more space to choose, if they're not pressured so much to make something happen, even though they might be begging you to help them change something or make something happen. And because it's almost like when somebody's already got some, like, I want to change but part of me doesn't, you don't want to push up against the part that doesn't too much, or that person might just collapse on you and check out and, you know, feel not very heard. So complicated stuff on some level, but another level is like, the more we can take our agenda about getting people to change, the more likely it is they're willing to maybe come a step closer to you and be willing to take even little teeny tiny little steps. So I hope this video was helpful to you today. If it was, please share. Please leave your comments below, like one time that you caught yourself in like, oh, I felt myself pushing a little bit, or I was kind of stuck or a little frozen about what to do with somebody because they were kind of spinning in a certain loop around like, I want to change but I can't change. Share your stories about that, and we'll be happy to chip in and see if we can either, if this is a hindsight, you know, be happy to help you kind of think through it. If it's like something you're dealing with right now, again, let us know. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching, and take care. I'll talk to y'all soon.